Hey folks, Rick here with Hit Run Candlesticks. How are you? This is Thursday, March 18, 2021. Thank you very much for watching my YouTube video here. I do appreciate it. If you've not subscribed, please go over there and click on that subscribe button. And if you get a chance, check us out in the trading room. With that, let's talk about the market. Let's talk about the market. For tonight, I don't think I'm going to put any trade ideas out here for the Road to Wealth account. We have an ample watch list right now. But what I do want to do is talk about the market just a little bit and maybe talk about my plans going forward with the Road to Wealth account and how I'm going to trade the market. I will say this, that we did buy some Q puts today because it started to fail our Trendicator here, pointing to the downside. Also, we've got this chart pattern here that it's just did not work out, not yet anyway, did not work out. It could have been a inverted head and shoulders, a bullish hidden, could have been bullish. But it looks like we had to come back down here, and now we're sitting at a little double bottom. So there's no way to predict, the longer move of the market. And we could end up going a little bit lower. And you know what? The buyers could step in and pull us right back up. We end up breaking out up here. We're going to be talking about a bullish inverted head and shoulders. Of course, if we don't do that and we start moving down, then we'll be talking about the possibility of retesting these lows down here. In the meantime, we're just a little green on those Qs, so pretty happy with that. But let's talk about the market, okay? And I'm not going to talk about any trade ideas. I just want, and it's not going to be a long video here, but I do want to talk about deep water, okay? Let's talk about some deep water. And, some people can swim very well. Some people cannot swim very well. Some people are taller than other people, which means you can go into deeper water, all right? And the market is kind of like a big pond of water. And there are times where you shouldn't be or shouldn't go past a certain level. Maybe the water's too deep right there. And the market is that way sometimes. Sometimes the market can get too deep for some traders. Not everybody, okay? For some traders. And sometimes what we get caught up into doing is looking at the market here and being all kinds of long, okay? A market, a chart, it doesn't matter. A chart is a chart is a chart. But you're being all kinds of long here, and then all of a sudden you just get all kinds of short, trying to catch the market on every turn that it takes. Now, some traders can do that. Please don't get me wrong. It is very doable. But for other traders, the timing is off. And what happens is you didn't get the memo that said the bears are coming to dinner here. So what happened to some traders? They kept trying to buy the bull side of things. They didn't get the memo that, like I said, that the bears are coming to dinner. And then what happened is when they finally got the memo, when the bears finally showed up for dinner, then what you might have done was you just started fixing yourself a plate of dinner here. Well, look what happened to the market. The bears left. Dinner's over. And what happens is your timing gets a little misplaced because of frustrations. Frustration because maybe you lost money here. So you quickly shifted gears, but by then it was truly a little bit late. And then you're still playing with those short trades, and when you should have been shifting gears to the long side. Well, this is where maybe the water is a little too deep to be playing. Not everybody needs or should be trading on an every single day. You just don't need to do that. And there's some days when you'll make more money if you just take the day off. Go to cash, take the day off. So here's what I see kind of happening right now. Timing being off, because the market has been a bit crazy. It has been. So the timing a bit off, and all of a sudden, you're out of whack over here. Well, by God, I'm gonna beat this market. I'm gonna get short here. Well, what are you gonna do if it starts turning up? Oh, I know. You'll get out of those shorts. You'll get into that market, that long market. Not everybody's gonna do that, because you hear all these rumors of bad news and the market coming down. Well, here you're not going to do this. You're going to keep hanging in there with this. Again, the timing is off. So, one, you don't have to trade every single day. Two, you don't have to try to catch every little candle that's on the trade. That is just killer. Just absolutely killer. When I'm looking at the market here and just using this Trendicator, what we're going to need to see happen is this right here. We're going to need, and you know what? I'm actually going to change the Trendicator to the 50-period moving average, okay? Because I am not going to be overblown bearish until we close below the 50-period moving average. So let's change this. We're going to change that. There we go, right there. So what I'm going to need to see is the sellers just come on down. And then I'm going to need to see them fail right here. They're going to have to fail. And then maybe a little rally. If we're lucky, that's what I would like to see. And then we can get into the shorts like this. But trying to catch the top, looking for something down here, it could happen. I'm not saying it can't. All right, it could. The problem is, what are you going to do when if it starts moving up? And remember, I know all the great intentions are there. The great intentions are you're going to get out and you're going to get in. But what happens is all this news gets in our mind. Bonds going up and inflation and all this stuff. And then you get, well, how can this market possibly keep going up? Trust me, it can go higher. It can. I'm not saying it's going to. I'm just saying it can. But trying to predict it, just a prediction here, because that's all that is right here. That would be a prediction in here. Down here below the 50, you've got some technical basis for it. You've got a technical basis for it. So I'm just trying to show tonight, be careful with this market. Be careful. You don't have to trade every single market. You don't have to trade every single day. Every 2 days you don't have to trade. Trade only when the market is in your favor. Whether your favor is long or whether your favor is short, it's okay. Just wait till it's in your favor. So the Qs. I shorted some Qs like a lot of people did because of the technical value here. We have a failure in here that went down, and here's our rally up, and now we're seeing another failure. Technical value. Technical value. Of course, somebody that's going to, run out and, man, I shorted the Qs right here. And you're about the smartest guy in the world. And I'm sure people did that. I'm sure traders shorted here. And I'm sure they're still in the shorts. And I'm sure they're making some money. But we're not talking about all these other people. We're talking about me. We're talking about you. We're talking about your trading, my trading. Keep it local to yourself. Is that something you would normally do? Does that make sense to you? In hindsight, of course it does. But during the move of the day, does that make sense? And you've got to ask yourself, truly, does it make sense to you, or did it make sense to you? At least here, you've got some technical value, just like right here. The technical value was, here we are down, we rallied up, and we failed here. And what did we do? We came down. Found a bottom, we came back up, and here we're just kind of putzing around a little bit. And now it looks like we're failing again. Technical value getting into the trade. Up here, I'm not sure there's tons of technical value. A lot of guessing, things like that, but no technical value. Let's take a look at the diamonds real quick, and then I'm going to cut it off tonight, so we're not going to keep this long. Look at the diamonds. We have a shooting star up here. What are the chances we see a lower low tomorrow? What are the chances? Personally, I think the chances are pretty good, because that's what a shooting star suggests. The shooting star does not suggest that we're going to end up down here. That's not what that suggests. What it suggests is we're going to see a lower low, and that's about it. Now we're going to look for other candles to give us a clue on how that trend is going to work. So, anyway, I just want to mainly point out that if you find yourself having troubles and you're giving all your money back all the time, make sure that you're actually trading you're getting into the water you should be getting into. Now, I'm not trying to discourage you from trading. I'm just trying to say there are some waters we shouldn't get into. We really shouldn't. You know, you go out in the ocean and you see a bunch of sharks swimming around. You're going to jump in? Oh, I'm not. Somebody might, but I'm not. Are we looking at a bunch of sharks right now? We could be. A bunch of sharks in here? Yeah, I think so. Let's give the market some time to settle up a little bit. I think the market has gone a bit wacky, and it needs to settle up with itself. And you know, it might need a good, healthy pullback. And when we get below that 50 period moving average, I'm going to be all about those shortings. The SPY, that's what I generally watch. So that's what I'm going to look for. This could have been a great shorting opportunity in here if we would have had follow through, but no follow through. If we have follow through below the 50 here, we're going to have a great shorting opportunity. And I think, you know, I think there will be traders that make some good money and some that won't. I'm just being straight up and honest. I hope this made sense. This video is about 7 minutes longer than I was hoping it was going to be, so I apologize for that. Thank you very much for watching the video. If you get a chance, check us out over at Hit Run Candlesticks and Right Way Options. Appreciate it. Everybody take care. Have a great evening and see you tomorrow.